I've got one of my 3-minute epic poems with me, so I'll try to do a 2-minute introduction here. I have 3 male muses, and they're in Washington, D.C. I left them behind. They're major movers and shakers. One of them is head of a $78 million classical theater. Works there, former head of the theater department at Juilliard. He was my lover in my first life when I was in ancient Egypt. So I thought I would inaugurate myself in this space by connecting the space with a whole other time, whole other dimension, because I'll be reading one of the dream poems. My muses come to me in my dreams. It was totally impossible on a physical level out there in Washington, D.C. And so my 3 guys have made various levels of love to me in my dreams. And whenever they show up, if it's a really good one, I will try to bring it back to this dimension essentially as best as possible. This is not a physical love poem this time, but it is just one where I captured what was going on and brought out more meaning to myself, and yet there's something there between Michael Kahn and me that has been there since ancient Egypt, and we've been in India together, and we were 2 dancing women together in Algeria. That was the best time of it all because we didn't get murdered. In our first life, we got murdered. Love triangle type of stuff. The jealous guy got dispatched, the 2 of us. And it's also interesting, Michael's running this $78 million theater house now, and he was a housemaid in ancient Egypt. And the other interesting thing is that I was a temple dancer to the cow goddess Hathor, and he has a certain interest in this life in musical comedy chorus boys. At this time last year, I was legally blind, so I'll try to do this as best as I can. I think I can. Yeah. Okay, so this is called All That Is of Orpheus' Kingdom. And I do classical allusions in here, but I'll let you in on it. Orphea being the chaste goddess of Sparta, and that's spelled C-H-A-S-T-E because I do a homonym play on words at the end. I want you to know that. So, Orphea being the chaste goddess of Sparta, who I may have to get out my magnifying glass.
I'm so sorry I can't turn that light up anymore.
Nope,
it's all the way
okay.
up to max.
We'll work around it.
All right. All right, let's hear it for the magnifying glass.
Inside out Jane P if you want one. It's from India. Okay, this is really good. Orphea being the chaste goddess of Sparta, who indoctrinated men and women in the, I can read this at home, in the, upright conduct, let us say. Okay, that's good enough. Upright soldiering, let's call it. Part 1, into my dream space, there you were last night. Though it was day in a huge space of mansion, at party, men and women, talking all of us at high vibration, a huge room's wealth of diversity, wealthy in community, till I looked up and there you were, one, as just one in many, but the one and muse to me, so that I felt the vibration go off in me toward you as a photo flash. Space stopped in time, and you removed yourself from that room at that flash, as if you were some Marlena femme fatale, get tremaine, as an image of all that is heaven and all that should be sought of this earth. Where you were, where you had gone, I never found you again in that space, in that immensity, that day and night, and I was left, the seeker of your mysteries and beauty, while you left with fullness of mine. Part 2. And the women in that room were company now and delightful in, in wanting to explore the wealth, yes, wealth of trail that lie about outside the manse. These women, these doers, swept me in their herdness out onto that trail, and though I had no urging but to be anything but one with the herd, found myself moving ahead, actually seeking to find you ahead or back in the dream house, but you in neither space found, and awakened to ordinary reality. But then, though out of the dream, I found the vibration of you still, quickening the metaphysics of my fem organ receptors of creativity, pulsing even yet to meet you in the ordinary reality, kept chaste and continuing chaste in inked movement. Inked flash.